Friends, Dale Steyn running into bowl with a red ball in hand in white clothing anywhere in the world was a sight to behold. But here in Asia, that was just something else. Dale Steyn was one of the best visiting fast bowlers to land on these Asian shores and succeed like no other. In fact, his 92 wickets in 22 test matches still stands as the most among fast bowlers from outside of Asia to come here and pick up wickets. But the point to establish is not necessarily the numbers. Yes, Dale Steyn had the numbers. 439 wickets in 93 test matches is quite a number, isn't it? But with test match cricket, you don't always associate numbers. Numbers are there. They are even more bright in limited overs cricket. But in test match cricket, you talk quality, don't you? Dale Steyn in Asia was nothing short of quality. Friends, do you remember that partnership between Mahela Jayawardene and Kumar Sangakkara in Sri Lanka? That mammoth 600 odd run partnership, which still remains the highest? Yes, Dale Steyn was a bowler who was there at the receiving end of it all when the runs were flowing. But I remember watching him bowl when the score read 400 and something and both the batters were just blazing away, that even at that point, when the shoulders were down, he was running in, bowling at over 140 clicks, and thinking as if he's going to pick up a wicket. The fields were being set accordingly. He was in constant touch with his captain so that a wicket could be prized out. Thing that struck us was that he was bowling as if it was 27 for 4. So, this was the initiation of Dale Steyn in Asia when the chips were down. Cut to 2007 when South Africa visited Pakistan in Inzamam ul Haq's last test series and he ran through Pakistan. Just ran through Pakistan. The wickets, let me assure you, friends, in case you have forgotten, in case you don't know about it, the wickets were flat. Not a single bowler who bowled fast could actually work his magic with the new ball because it just wouldn't talk. But Dale Steyn, both with the new ball and the old ball, made an impact. An impact of taking wickets, wicket after wicket, and eventually helping South Africa win that series. Let's take it a bit more forward, shall we? India, right, on our shows. South Africa came here for a 3 match series in March and April. And guess what? Dale Steyn was on fire. That spell in Chennai, where he picked up 4 wickets to finish that particular innings after Virendra Sehwag had scored a triple ton, was again something to savor. You would say, what do you gain out of that? I'll say that's the kind of intent you need to have as a fast bowler on pitches that don't necessarily help you. Fast bowling is about rhythm, fast bowling is about getting it right where you need to be and trouble the batters around that corridor of uncertainty. But one really important thing with fast bowling is that you keep pounding in hard and not give up even once. Dale Steyn had that attitude. And once he got the better of a batter, he kept on taking wickets, did not let the newcomer settle, even when India were miles ahead. Then came that spell in Ahmedabad, which just changed the course of the match. He picked up 5 wickets, tormented the Indians, and that continued once again in 2010 when South Africa were here for a 2 match series. In Nagpur, he dismantled India, just ran through the Indian side. And that Indian side comprised of Tendulkar, that Indian side comprised of Lakshman, that Indian side comprised of Sehwag. It was no ordinary side. But Dale Steyn ran through all of them. He went to Bangladesh, he succeeded. He went back to Sri Lanka, he succeeded. On flat pitches with no real response for a fast bowler, He made the ball talk. He threatened batters, not by words, with action. And that was something just unthinkable for someone who used to think that visiting fast bowlers were here to participate only. Bring on the spinners, let them weave their magic. Fast bowlers, especially the ones who don't have knowledge about these conditions, would struggle. Now, we at our time did not have the chance to watch Courtney Walsh and Curtly Ambrose bowl. We watched a little bit of Glenn McGrath and we felt that, well, that was the mighty Australian team, so that helped him somewhat, of course, taking nothing away from him, but not a whole lot. But we got to watch Dale Steyn bowl a lot in the subcontinent, in the UAE when Pakistan used to play their home matches over there. My word, Dale Steyn was rampaging. He was fast, he got the ball to swing, he got the ball to reverse, he had the yorker, he had the bouncer, and he had the attitude of a fast bowler. In South Africa, he could do many things. The pitches were conducive, the conditions were conducive. But in India, in Sri Lanka, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, in the UAE, when nothing went in his favor, he produced the goods. So when people talk about his records, his numbers, his performances in Australia, in South Africa, of course, in England, in New Zealand, what they don't talk about sometimes is just how good he was here in Asia. And whenever we talk about Test match cricket, whenever we talk about fast bowling in Test match cricket, we cannot forget one thing: Dale Steyn running in and ripping through a batting lineup with his pace, hostility, and lion hearted attitude. You need that. In these conditions, you need that. Today, pitches are changing a little bit. Visiting fast bowlers are enjoying these conditions a lot more. But back then, when he played, it was not the case. It never was. So, kudos to him and young upcoming fast bowlers who emulate lots of names must understand that this one name of Dale Steyn better not be removed from their memory at all, because Test match fast bowling, in a way, got defined by this man, especially in conditions of Asia which did not favor him.